Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today, more baseball. But we will quickly recap yesterday, and then we will head into today's card. Yesterday sucked. All right, moving on. All right. 1-5-1 in baseball, 0-2 in the CFL. I'll start the CFL. I could not have read that game any worse. I had the first half under, the full game under, and the over cashed by halftime. It looked like it was going to be a death by field goals type of situation because it was like, because I think they kicked a field goal with about 4 minutes left in the half. And I'm like, all right, no more points the rest of the half, and I'm fine. And then a touchdown. And then a touchdown, and then a touchdown, and then it was 23-23 heading into halftime, and I have under 47.5. So I turned off the game. That was the end of that. Yeah, that was. And looking back at it, I mean, we just saw these two teams play, and it went way under. That was probably stupid to bet another under in that. And go figure, that was the first game that I bet an under in this year in the CFL, and I think that was the highest scoring game in the CFL this year.
Good job.
That's just the way it is right now. So we'll see. That probably means Saskatchewan wins a very low-scoring game tonight. But, 0-2, down 2.40 units in CFL. Annoying. Gave back most of the Argos money from the night before. And in baseball, 1-5-1. The Tigers were up 3-0. Lose 4-3. Orioles did not even show up. They lose 4-1. Their offense is broken right now. The Mets were up 7-2 and don't cover the run line. Thank you, Reds, for actually doing your job. Brewers lose outright. Angels push the first 5 but win the full game. And the Minnesota Twins, who are number 1 against left-handed pitching the last 30 days, puts up 1 run against a lefty that we're not very high on. That was yesterday. 1-5-1 down 4.85 units in the MLB. Overall, 1-7-1 down 7.25 units. It sucked. We move on.
Yeah, the site went 2-4. Winners on the Reds run line and the under in the Minnesota Lynx game. Lynx with their season low 63 points and a 91-63 loss. So that actually barely. Holy crap! That barely went under by a hook, which is crazy because that total went from 153.5 to 154.5. I got the 154.5 and I won. Brewers, Mets, Baltimore, Detroit, as you mentioned earlier, all couldn't get the job done. It is what it is. We move on to today, where hopefully we can have a little bit better of our fortunes.
Yep.
Good morning. 3/4 of my parlay last night. Only needed the stupid Tigers. Screw your Mets. We'll probably be back on them -2.5 because I'm sick. Hello, screw you, Mets. That's fair. I lost my NASCAR truck matchup due to a dead battery. That's rough. What up, dudes? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you, too. Phillies killed me. Yeah, I'm quite pissed off that I did not actually pull the trigger on the Oakland Athletics. I wish I did. I didn't. It is what it is. We move on from it. That would have been a nice plus 210 cash, 220 cash, something in that range. But we can't look at that now. So what we can do is we can look at more baseball games.
Yeah, let's get into it here. Let me switch over the graphics. Boom, there we go. Let's get into it here. And you guys already know where I'm going to go for this game here. This game, we have the Detroit Tigers taking on the LA Dodgers, with the Dodgers minus 120 road favorites, total of 9 in this game. Justin Robolitsky taking on Keider Montero. What a pitching matchup between these two teams. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up at the Dodgers as around minus 106. Wow. It got all the way up to a 133, and it's come back down to a 118. So we do have a move towards the Dodgers in this game. And then the cash flow for this one, line opened up at a 9 at minus 105, got up to a 9.5, back down to a 9. No line movement there on the total. Let's get to the cash flow in this spot here. We're 73% of tickets, 99% of the cash on the Dodgers. The lines move slightly towards them. Then we have 45% of tickets and 51% of the cash on the under in this game. The line's not moved. It's been about 50-50 split on this total, which is rare to see these days, that we see a total get a decent amount or close to 50-50 on the total, especially with these two pitchers, because Justin Roboletsky has not been very good. Or my
He's
bad, has not been very good.
He's pitched all of 4 innings.
Yeah, no, my bad. I said that quick, and then I realized, crap, this guy has only pitched one game.
Technically,
where that one game,
a third of an inning in his first appearance.
Oh yeah, he went a third of an inning. That was in April. I do not care because that's.
Oh, my bad. I just saw it's in April. Never mind. Yep, keep going.
Yep. You're good. Yeah, he went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts against the Brewers in that 9-2 loss, where he lost to his counterpart, Dallas Keuchel. Keider Montero, on the flip side, has looked okay for the Tigers. He's pitched 3 times in the last 30 days. He gave up 5 earned runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 4 1/3 against the Phillies. And he's bounced back the last 2 starts with both of them 6 1/3. He gave up 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts against the Twins. And then no earned runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 6 1/3 against the Guardians in a 1-0 win against the Guardians in their last game there. And I think he can continue to pitch well here as my computer continues to glitch out. This is fun. Because I clicked to a different tab, so it has to completely black out my screen. I will be on the Tigers in this game. I feel like that's needless to say. They should have won yesterday, and I'm going to go back to them today.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to go after this one to start the day. These are 2 pitchers that I'm not really going to be wanting to get all that invested in. Yeah, I just don't really see a reason to go after this game. Just because it's an early game, just because it's the 1 o'clock game doesn't mean you need to go and bet it. I'm going to stay away from this ugly pitching matchup. If anything, maybe a look towards an over. But I don't really know if I could trust the Tigers offense for an over right now.
Fair.
We'll keep on moving on, Nick.
Yeah, and I'm also seeing it looks like no Will Smith in the lineup today as well for the Dodgers. So something else to keep in mind there. Moving on. Oh, by the way, Tigers plus 110 DraftKings for me in that game. Let's move on. What a matchup here. Unfortunately, we didn't get to talk about this matchup yesterday because there was no line and there was no pitcher yet that we knew of for Pittsburgh. Line opening up at 140. It's at 147 now for Pittsburgh. Line opening up at a 9 at even money. It's now at 8.5 at minus 110. So we move towards the under, and they move towards these Pirates with 78% of the tickets, 91% of the cash on the Pirates, and the line moving towards them. 72% of the tickets, 73% of the cash on the over as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, we have Luis Ortiz taking on Chris Flexen in this game. Let's take a look. I believe Luis Ortiz has pitched a few times. He's pitched a few times, mostly at home the last 30 days. 3.52 ERA, a 1.26 whip, 8.61 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 0.39 walks per nine, a 382 BABIP, but 2.65 FIP, and a 3 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Flexen, 4.67 ERA, a 1.59 whip, 6 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%, 3.33 walks per nine, a 306 BABIP, a 6.43 FIP, and a 5.12 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Pirates. The hitting edge goes towards the Pirates, 98 WRC plus, which is 20th, compared to 77, which is 29th. It's Pirates -1 or nothing, but do I really want to be laying a -1 line with the Pirates on the road? Not really, but it would be Pirates or nothing here for me.
Can I give you a fun trend for this game, Nick?
Oh, good God.
Chris Flexen. Chris Flexen. Chris Flexen. The White Sox are 0-10 in his last 10 starts.
Really?
And I believe he is the least profitable pitcher in baseball. So I am all over the Pittsburgh Pirates today. Just want to make sure you have Flexen. Wow. How about 2-15 in his starts, the White Sox, in Chris Flexen starts? I'm going to grab the run line here at plus. I can get 111 for him. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on that. Chris Flexen's a fade guy for me, and let's jump on some plus money with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Nick.
Yeah, I'm going to sit on this one for just a couple more minutes and shop around, see what a -1 line would be paying, because they are on the road, so it's not going to be very good. Because I'm seeing,
I think you would have to go run line. Actually, no, -1's probably not that bad. It's probably like -110.
No, I'm seeing -150 plus 105 for the money line, so it is -122 for the -1 line for the
Just
Pirates.
Just take the run line at plus money.
I don't trust the Pirates offense to cover a run line. That's the problem. And I get it. It's the White Sox. But it's just I don't know. I also don't, if I don't have to, I'm not going to lay a run line. The only time I lay run lines are cash cows.
Sure. This is not a cash cow, obviously, because Pittsburgh's not a big enough favorite. It's not on the road. So,
yeah, no. It's a lean for me at the moment. I'll think about it.
I put him up to have something early on the site.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end up moving on it here. So I'm seeing this one -1, -122 over on. I'm seeing -150 plus 110 on ESPN bet, which would be a -119. Yep, I'm going to do that one. -119 for the -1. Yeah,
there you go.
Because Fanatics is giving me a -121 for the -1. So yeah, ESPN bet.
Rangers tonight. I was kind of looking towards spaghetti. Red Sox, I love both teams, so I'm not really going to get in the middle of that one. And Mariners with George Kirby on the mound, fine. Plus you have 2 UFC picks. Good luck to you. I don't bet fighting or the UFC, so good luck to you on those. Good morning, gents. Back in the black after yesterday. At least somebody is. How about them Cubbies? Cubbies they won yesterday, which helped the Cardinals drop in the wild card a little bit. The Brewers actually suck at baseball. No, they don't.
They feel like a fake good team.
They're 13 games over 500, which you're not going to see many teams that are that high above 500 right now. Let's see. Statistically, no, I don't think they suck. They have a .568 win percentage. The only teams ahead of them: Cleveland, Baltimore, Yankees, Philly, LA. Those are the only teams that are better than Milwaukee right now. So I don't think they suck. If you're playing -1, just get that plus money at -1.5. I'd rather take the shot with the -1.5. Nick does not. So,
and next year we're going to track it, where we're going to track what my record would be with the -1 if I would have played the run line or if I would have just played the money line. I think I'm going to do that for both. Just figure out like whether or not the -1's worth it. And I'm going to do that for hockey as well. Because hockey, I feel like it's better, the -1 maybe, than baseball.
Hockey, I could definitely see -1s being better. I'll make the argument for that one. I'll say, and I think you can tell the difference in money line versus run line with my Baltimore thing is run line's way more profitable, but I understand. And I look at Baltimore this year, or what I'm tracking right now, and they've only not covered the run line like 10 out of the 57 wins that they've gotten or whatever. So it's very far and few in between that a push would actually matter. But that's me versus you. It's an interesting idea. We'll look at it later. The Yankees are throwing at people's heads on the O's. We'll actually have we're gonna have a full-on conversation about that when we bring up that game. We got this game and then we got that one up next. So we will talk extensively of the Yankee-Oriole game.
Yeah, we'll get into Chicago and St. Louis. This is game one of a doubleheader. There's two games between these two teams today. This line opened up with the Cardinals as -130 favorites. It's now -132. Line opened up at an 8.5, -120, and it stayed there. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot. 73% of the tickets, 63% of the cash on the Cardinals. The line is moving in that direction. 53% of the tickets and 67% of the cash is on the under in this game. So we have a little bit of sharp money on this under with the line not moving in this spot. Sharp money on an under between Hayden Wesniewski and Lance Lynn. How about that? Wisniewski, 5.59 ERA, 1.19 whip, 8.84 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%. 5.12 walks per nine, a 133 BABIP, a 6.95 FIP, and a 4.70 Sierra. On the flip side, Lance Lynn, 6.84 ERA, 1.48 whip, 8.28 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 2.88 walks per nine, a 307 BABIP, a 5.53 FIP, and a 4.19 Sierra. The bullpen edge does go towards St. Louis, as well as the hitting edge, 119 WRC+, which is 7th, compared to 100, which is 18th. Not a game I'm particularly interested in getting involved with. It's just like a weird spot. I don't like the doubleheader aspect of it as well. The line's moving towards Lynn. I lean under in this game, I guess, if I had to bet anything. But this is not a game I feel the need to get involved with.
I want to get involved in both games. Okay, and by the way, it's just the way I bet doubleheaders. I want to take the Cubs both games of the doubleheader. I look at it. Okay, sorry, there was a beep on my computer. Anyways, I look at it this way of I'm getting plus money for both games for the Cubbies, even if it's plus 110, plus 115. I don't really think it matters. Plus money is plus money. And I could realistically see the Cubs taking both games. And if they split, I'm still up a little bit of money. And looking towards the later matchup, I really like Assad versus Gibson. I think that's a solid matchup for the Cubs. Plus, the Cubs have been playing better as of late, Nick. Well, we've looked at it. How about 5 straight and 7 out of their last 8? It's a team that's starting to turn around. They're only 3 games under 500 now, so they're on their way back. They could be 1 game under 500 after tonight. And that would be big for them. So I personally like the Cubbies in both games, Nick.
I mean, I would love the Cubbies to start playing better. You know, I have futures on them that I've already marked dead. But according to Fangraphs, the Cubs have a 14.5% chance of making the playoffs. Win both these games tonight, that probably jumps up pretty high. Because you'd only be a game behind the Cardinals for a wild card spot if they do. So that'd be really nice if they can do that. And also help the Mets odds as well. I'm hoping the wild card teams, I know the Braves are going to be it. I'm hoping it's Braves, Mets, and Cubs. I'm hoping it's those 3 teams.
You don't want Padres?
I haven't invested in the Padres.
But real quick, what are your thoughts on doubling up on the Cubbies today?
I think Cardinals in the first game. Personally, I know. I'm sorry.
I was going to put both of them up, but
it's just no, it's not. I don't like the Cubs in the first game, at least.
That's fair.
Maybe in the second game, but I didn't know who the pitcher was in the second game until you said Assad. Yeah.
I bet run line you make more money without juice. MLB juice kills us all. I could see that. Why are the Cubs underdogs? Because they're on the road. I'm curious as well. -1 versus run line. Most likely, run line would be more profitable. because the only way that I could see that is if it's like a Seattle Mariners team or somebody who plays a bunch of one-run games or wins a bunch of one-run games and you get a bunch of pushes. That's all you're banking on is pushes when you get -1s. So I don't really think it's going to be – I think it would be run line would be a lot more profitable than -1s.
I think -1s are probably more profitable with home teams. And the way you can view that is maybe road teams you just lay the run line and home teams you lay a -1 line, because home teams you can treat the -1 like overtime in hockey. Most of the time, if they get to the bottom of the ninth or if they get to overtime, you're not cashing the run line anyway or the puck line anyway.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I feel like, because the way I look at it, you're just getting more juiced lines to bet -1s, which is just the only way you're going to be able to make money versus run line is when you push, and that's not really making money. That's just saving you a unit, and that's all I see. I mean, you see the money line versus run line, and that's essentially the same thing, except for money line's a little bit juicier. Cubs money line +115. Bad day to be Lance Lynn. I like that. Cubs pitcher ain't nothing to write home about. Cubs win a game, a bum fight. I think it could be a bum fight. Cubs win both games. Yes. Cubs are going for 6 in a row. Cubs are hot right now. And you know who's not hot right now?
The Baltimore Orioles.
I was going to say both of these teams, but the only thing that's hot between these two teams is their tempers.
Yeah. Both these teams have really struggled. The Yankees are looking for their first series win in, I think, 8 or 9 series. This line opened up with the Orioles as -135 favorites. It got down to a 126. It's back up to a 135, so no line movement there. Line opened up at a 9 and even money. It's now an 8.5 and -110. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards we have no move on the side. We have 66% of the tickets and 57% of cash on the Orioles, and the line not moving. So it looks like the sharp money coming in on the Yankees here in this spot. Line's not really moving too much, though. 71% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the over in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup. Luis Hill taking on Grayson Rodriguez. Luis Hill has really struggled as of late, a 7.59 ERA, a 1.64 whip in the last 30 days, 8.86 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 5.48 walks per nine, a 6.17 FIP, and a 4.96 ERA. On the flip side, Grayson Rodriguez, 4.02 ERA, 1.18 whip, 9.77 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 2.3 walks per nine, a 3.05 BABIP, a 3.62 FIP, and a 3.42 SIERA. The bullpen edge, flip a coin. They're pretty spot on with each other. I'll give the slight edge towards the Orioles, and the hitting edge does go towards the Orioles as well. 130 WRC plus, which is third, compared to 101, which is 16th. Luis Hill is coming in off of a better performance in his last start. He went 6 2/3, struck out 9, gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits and no walks. That was a very important thing about his last start, was no walks. Granted, they lost 3-0 against the Red Sox or that game, but it was a step in the right direction for Luis Hill. Am I buying into Luis Hill? No. Am I leaning towards the Yankees in this game? Yes. It's a Yankee first 5 or nothing for me type of game. I want to take a look at how this line's moved in the first 5 innings, see whether or not they're kind of giving the indication that it could be Yankee first 5. It could be. This line opened up at a 110 for the Yankees in the first 5. It's now 105. I'm very interested in the Yankees early in this game, the Yankees first 5. And as for like what I'm hoping out of this series, I know you're going to hate me on this one, Tim. I hope the Yankees sweep this series so I can get a better number on the Orioles to win the division. That's what I'm hoping for out of this series, because the Yankees are currently 1 game behind the Orioles. If they can win the last 2 games here, they'll be up a game, and maybe I can get the Orioles at plus money to win the division. I'm hoping by All-Star break I'll be able to make a couple of futures moves, and the Orioles to win the East could be one of them if they lose these next 2 games. I don't think they will, but I do lean Yankees in the first 5 here in this game. I can see Yankee first 5, Oriole full game type of thing. Because I think the Orioles do have the bats against a bullpen for the Yankees where they used a couple of their top guys last night. So I want to avoid the full game with the Yankees here, but I'm very interested in the first 5. I just don't know if I can trust Luis Hill.
I mean, you know what I'm doing 95 days in a row or 95 games in a row. Orioles money line minus 130, run line plus 150, up 6.8 units on the money line, up 18.3 on the run line. So that's up 25.1 units so far this year. I know at some points it hit almost 40, and it's down a little bit. So be it. Still in the green. Still going to go with it. And we'll quickly address yesterday. Orioles players 100% have the right to be pissed off about Herkshag getting hit in the head. And I think at this point, I know I've seen arguments because I'm all over Orioles Twitter page, and as a Mets fan, I'm all over Yankee Twitter pages all over me too. So those are like the 3 teams I see the most. Those 3, Mets, Yankees, Orioles, and Braves, I see a lot of stuff on Twitter about. And I see the Yankee fans and the Oriole fans going back and forth constantly. I think the Orioles in the right. I think the Yankees are in the wrong. Yankee fans have no reason to get pissed off over the fight. Let's just look at it real quick. The Yankees have hit 58 batters this year. That's number 1 in the MLB. They've also been hit the 5th least in the MLB. So, no, they can't say, because they hit Judge one time. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the head-to-head between these 2 teams. The Baltimore Orioles have been hit 10 times by Yankees this year. The Yankees have been hit 3 times by Orioles. Oh, but one of them is Aaron Judge. Doesn't matter because they hit Gunnar too. So, Oriole fans have the right to be pissed off over yesterday. Yankee fans do not. Just wanted to throw that one out there. Come after me in the comments. But I'm on the Orioles, and I think this is the beginning of a very beautiful rivalry that's going to be heated the next 5 to 7 years. Get ready for it.
There you
go. Nicholas Handy, what's up? Baltimore first 5, yes. Lance Lynn under outs, I like it. Here's all the stuff for the Orioles this year. Leaning Yankees first 5, also a nice look. Gotta wait though. Under 8.5. No, I kind of if it goes under, I think that leans more towards the Yankees. I think if it goes over, it's because the Orioles smash them. Do you throw at Yankees first pitch and send a message? It's like they got Matt Rempe out there. No, I would not. If I'm the Orioles, if you want to get revenge on it, strike them out. Strike out batters, get batters out, win the game. That's how you should be getting your revenge. Because the last thing you want to do is risk Grayson Rodriguez getting thrown out of the game, getting suspended or whatever, and you lose a start from him. That's the last thing you want to see if you're an Orioles fan. So, no, I do not think they should be throwing at anybody. I don't think anybody should be throwing at anybody at any time. So, unless your name is Chase Utley, but that's not the point. Thank you for your daily knowledge. Of course, real deal. Preach. There you go. Hitting someone in the head with a fastball is BS. Yeah, control your freaking pitches. You know why we want
maybe some sticky stuff? Maybe use some sticky stuff.
Yeah, because then that doesn't happen. Learn how to control your pitches. Threw out a rookie's head. Dude, it's stupid, right? Yeah, I know. I saw it. The nasty Nestor said something. All I'll say is Yankees are the most dirtiest team in baseball. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, one more thing before we move on. New York Yankees first 5 plus 115 bet MGM.
You disgust me. You disgust me.
I saw the market. I had to make a move on it there. Philadelphia Phillies and the Oakland Athletics. How beautiful baseball can be sometimes. They sweep the Dodgers, then lose the first game to the Oakland A's.
That's beautiful.
How much fun is that? This line opened up with the Phillies as minus 210 favorites. It's now down to a 192. Line opened up at a 9.5 at minus 110. It's down to a 9 at minus 119. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one with 89% of tickets, 87% of the cash is on the on the Phillies in this game, with the line moving towards Oakland, suggesting they're very live to win again today. Imagine that. The Oakland A's go in and win 2 in a row against the Phillies after the Phillies sweep the Dodgers. Then we have 47% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the over in this game. So we have more tickets on the under in this game than the over, which is interesting. The line moving towards the under, though. So there's that. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Tyler Phillips taking on Mitch Spence in this matchup. Mitch Spence with a 5.4 ERA, 1.45 whip, 8.26 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 1.59 walks per nine, a 3.45 BABIP, a 4.72 FIP, and a 3.86 SIERA. On the flip side, Tyler Phillips, I don't think he's pitched that much this year because I don't have much of a sample size for him. No, he's pitched one time 6 days ago. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts in 4 innings against the Atlanta Braves in a 6-0 loss for the Phillies. And the bullpen edge does go towards the Phillies. The hitting edge goes towards the Phillies, 122 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 92, which is 25th. I mean, there's no way the Phillies lose again, right? Against the Oakland A's. They just swept the Dodgers. I'm kind of interested in the Philly first 5, or in the Oakland first 5, but I don't like the way the market's moved towards Philly first 5, but Oakland full game, suggesting Oakland's live full game for this one more than first 5. That's enough to keep me off this game. The only way I can look, though, is the first 5 for the Oakland A's.
As intriguing as it looks, to go right back after Oakland, I don't want anything to do with that. I would have to go towards the Phillies on the run line in a bounce back spot. I will say the only way that I would have been able to bet the Oakland Athletics today is if I bet them yesterday, because then I would have been up a little bit and I would have been all right with playing them. I feel like I've lost my spot. Because all of a sudden, if I bet them today, they lose, I'm down. So I'm rooting for the A's. I hope they win. That'd be hilarious for them to go into Philadelphia and win a series. But I feel no reason to go after this game. So nothing really going in this one.
Yeah.
Cash cow. No, it's not a cash cow.
It's gone from 210 to 193. Nope, it's moved against the Phillies.
And 193. Phillies run line with the first 4.5 runs. Honestly, it would have to be a bounce back spot for him, but we'll see. Let's head to this one where I'm going to go ahead and put up the play.
Yeah. The only team to do me any good yesterday, the Cincinnati Reds. They're minus 155 favorites against the Miami Marlins in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot where it's dropped. It's opened up at a 160. It's down to a 143 now for the Reds. Line opened up at a 9 minus 110. It's now 9 at minus 120. So we've moved towards the over, and we've moved towards the Marlins in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot where we have where is it? Where are they? There we are. 88% of tickets, 90% of the cash on the Reds. 85% of tickets, 90% of the cash is on the over in this one. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, we have Andrew Abbott taking on Edward Cabrera. Cabrera, I think, has pitched 1 game. As, of course, I clicked to a different tab, so my thing has to reload. There we go. That's annoying. Edward Cabrera has pitched in 1 game the last 30 days. He did pitch early in the season, but he's pitched once since returning, gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 3 2/3 against the Miami Marlins. I don't know how far he goes into the game. On the flip side, Andrew Abbott, 2.45 ERA, 1.10 whip, 7.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 4.97 walks per nine, a 164 BABIP, a 4.89 FIP, and a 5.10 SIERA. So some negative regression expected towards Andrew Abbott, and he might in the second half be a good bet against pitcher. I just don't know if Miami's offense is good enough to take advantage of it. The bullpen edge does go towards Miami, but the hitting edge goes towards the Reds at 98 WRC plus, which is 21st, compared to the Marlins, who are 28th in baseball against lefties, 74 WRC plus. It's going to be Reds -1 for me in this game. I'm going to shop around and find the best number.
Yeah, no need to. Obviously, we mentioned this kind of each time we talk about these two. Talk about the Marlins. No real reason that I go and cap the game. It's just been a blind bet the entire year. It's been very nice and profitable to us, and no point in getting off of it now. We've done this for 94 games in a row. Today's number 95. Cincinnati Reds run line. I got +129 for them. Just going to keep on riding this Reds team. Fading the Marlins until they are out. Until they are done for the year. So 162 games of fading the Marlins this year, Nick.
Yep.
What up, Twins? Let's get this money. Let's do it. Reds. Let's do it. All right, Nick. What are we doing with this one?
I got to figure that out. But I'm trying to figure out still where to bet this. This what do you call it? Reds -1, which I have a feeling it's probably going to be on Fanatics. Actually, I'm seeing. I got to type in and figure out which one's the best available number for that one. It may be Fanatics. It may be ESPN Bet. Let's get into this one though. The New York Mets and the Colorado Rockies. Mets -215 favorites. Total of 8 in this game. Line opened up at a 220. It's plummeted down to a 195 now for the Mets. So a move towards these Colorado Rockies. Line opening up at a 9. Gone down from a 9 to an 8.5 down to an 8. And I've noticed, and I might pull the trigger on this, what happens when lines drop a full run. They not only go over, they soar over. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here between the Mets and the Rockies, where we have 88% of tickets, 86% of cash is on the over. The line moving a full run down towards the under. And 94% of tickets, 90% of the cash is on the Mets, the line dropping. I have a feeling Christian Scott's vulnerable in this game, where I kind of see the Rockies being able to put up some runs in this game. And if it's not against Christian Scott, it's against the Mets bullpen. Because I saw a stat, I think over the last 30 days or something like that, the Mets hitting is number 1 in baseball. Their rotation 7th in baseball. Their bullpen ERA is 28th in baseball. So this bullpen's been an absolute killer for the Mets. So I could see them getting runs against them. I kind of like Ryan Feltner. Feltner, 4.25 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 7.58 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 2.73 walks per 9, a 3.25 BABIP, a 3.91 FIP, and a 3.96 ERA. On the flip side, Christian Scott, 4.76 ERA, 0.88 WHIP, 3.97 strikeouts per 9, which is 12%. 2.38 walks per 9, a 152 BABIP, a 5.38 FIP, and a 5.39 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Mets. Hitting edge goes towards the Mets. 134 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball for the Mets against righties, compared to the Rockies' 26th 92 WRC plus against righties. So this is a tricky spot. I kind of lean with a little Rockies first 5, potentially. Maybe a first 5 plus a half, maybe a team total over for the Rockies. I see them getting to Christian Scott today a little bit. And with these lines moving a full run down, I'm going to move on the over. I think that's the way I'm going to approach this game. I'm going to go over. And I want to take a look what a Rockies team total over is. With the number way it is, I think that they're able to get a couple runs off the Mets. 3.5 at plus money. I'm definitely interested in the Rockies team total.
Yeah, let's jump on the team total. Not the team total. The over in general. Over 8 -115. This is a Mets team that I know they're against a righty today, but they still have been a team that has been really hitting the ball well lately. And it's kind of accounted into their big win streak and big streak that they're on right now. And the fact that they've won 6 out of their last 7. is because their offense is coming alive. Something that we didn't really see in the beginning of the year. And it's mostly Nimmo and Lindor and you got and Alvarez and Vientos. So, and I mean, Iglesias had 2 homers last night, which was crazy. I really like the over in this game. I see both teams scoring. I could easily see this game being 4-4 in the fourth. So go ahead, give me the over 8 between these two sides, and I am going to look towards the Mets as well. I would look towards the Mets run line. I could easily see this game being a 9-5 game type of deal. So Mets in the over for me in this one.
I like the over this game. I would go Rockies or nothing personally. I could see this as the Mets win the Rockies win the first 5 and the Mets win the full game type of situation as well.
Good,
but with the number being the way it is, over 8 minus 115 on Fanatics. That is a bet for me. I'm gonna start doing that when lines drop a full run. I'm gonna take the overs. I'm gonna start doing that. And then that's a first 5 team total over. First 5 Rockies team total over is 1.5 minus 115. I kind of like that. Colorado Rockies team total over 3.5 plus 110. Yeah, I'll take a shot with that too. The plus money with the plus there. I can see this game being 4-4. And then also I'm going to be getting the -1 for the for the Reds here on Fanatics as well.
Right on. Was there steam on the fish this morning?
A little bit,
but nothing too crazy. Possible rain out? Maybe. It had Mets -230 yesterday. There you go. Mets run line, Mets 2.5. Over 8, yes. Wow, not a cash cow. Come on. Nope, because the line was moving the wrong way. Mets team total over. Phillies, Reds, Mets parlay. I like it. Yes, 8-4, 93. I could see something like that. I'm down for 8-4, 93, something in that range. Nick, I have a play in this game, and you're not going to believe what it is.
It's backing Dallas Keuchel, ain't it?
It might be.
Let's get into it. It's Dallas Keuchel day. And the Brewers, I believe, are 3-0 in Keuchel starts.
Yes.
So that's something to keep an eye on. Let's get into it here. Dallas Keuchel taking on Mitchell Parker. Fun pitching matchup here between 2 lefties. Line opening up at a 125. It's now a 127 for the Brewers, so a slight move towards the Brewers. Line opening up at a 9 at -105. It's a 9 at -102 in this one here. Let's take a look. Is everybody fading? No. Wow. 75% of the tickets, 85% of the cash coming in on the Brewers in this game. People having some faith in Dallas Keuchel. 80% of the tickets and 80% of cash on the over, though. So they expect him to get hit a little bit, I guess. And the Brewers to put up runs to support him, which I could see that. Mitchell Parker, 3.9 ERA, 1.10 whip, 8.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 1.2 walks per 9, and a 271 BABIP, a 4.30 FIP, and a 3.71 SIERA. On the flip side, Dallas Keuchel, 4.61 ERA, 1.68 whip, 5.93 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%, 5.27 walks per 9, a 279 BABIP, a 6.46 FIP, and a 5.66 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Nationals in this one. The Brewers' bullpen's really struggled as of late. But the hitting edge goes towards the Brewers, 132 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 83, which is 24th. So if I would be playing this game, full game for the Brewers, if I'm looking at the Brewers, it'd be a full game because I want that full 9 innings of batting for the Brewers, or 8 innings, hopefully, in this situation because they're the home team. I really don't have an interest in this game, though. Dallas Keuchel has been fun, but I still don't trust him. And he's coming in off of his best start we've seen him have in a while. 4 1/3 shutout innings against the Dodgers. I would prefer not backing him off of that good of a start. I would lean over probably in this game, but not a play I'm getting involved with. Maybe if you like the Brewers, it's a team total over for the Brewers.
Do we think that maybe some of his like last year might have been a little bit of a fluke? Like the last couple of years kind of was rough, but once he gets into, I think in Milwaukee he's going to be good. Like I see him having a good season this year. Just the philosophy of how Milwaukee does pitching, I think it's a great thing that they got that they were able to get him. Because the only two places I would ever trust to back Dallas Keuchel was if he went to Milwaukee or if he went to Tampa Bay. It's the only two places I would trust it. Now, Nick, can I offer you the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line at plus 156 to celebrate Dallas Keuchel Day with me?
I am not interested in that at the moment.
I gave that out during rapid fire say, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved in the game. It's a pretty easy pass for me.
That's fair. Although I really like the Brewers. Anyways, Nats plus 115. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Brewers. Nats first five. Nats first five isn't a bad look. And I'm sitting here wanting the opposite side. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, and for the Brewers, they're a team that if I'm looking to find a team to fade in the second half, it's the Brewers are up there. I don't trust their pitching. When 4 of your 5 starters are Dallas Keuchel, Aaron Savali, Tobias Myers, and I'm drawing a blank on the last guy, who's meh.
I got what you mean, though.
Yeah, I don't trust their pitching. But we'll get into the next one here. Cleveland Guardians and Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays have been a little bit of a bet-on team lately. They have, it's a pick'em, total of 8. And so let's take a look here. Zach Littell taking on Gavin Williams. This line opened up with the Rays as minus 115 favorites. It's now minus 109 for the Guardians. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 105. It's now an 8 at minus 101. So move towards the under and move towards the Guardians, expecting Gavin to pitch well in this matchup. We have 82% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the over in this game. The line dropping. 48% of the tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Guardians in this game here. And the one thing that's really concerning me with with Gavin is he just hasn't looked good yet. If I remember
last start.
That's right. He had a really nice last start. Okay, his numbers are just inflated from the White Sox start. Okay, I read those. I read it quick because he has an ERA of 4.82, 1.50 WHIP. I mean, he gave up. He's pitched 9 in the third inning since coming back. 5 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched against the White Sox. And then he shut down the Tigers. 0 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 5 1/3. I'm not going out on a limb here saying that this is the toughest lineup he's faced so far this year, though. With the Tampa Bay Rays, he's faced the Tigers and he's faced the White Sox. But the market's telling me that he can have a good start. Zach Littell has not looked good either. How many starts has he had as of late? He's continued? He's been consistently pitching. Yeah, a 7.29 ERA for Littell. Mainly because he got blown up in his last start against Texas. 7 earned runs on 9 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. He is back in the Trop, where he hasn't pitched much in Tampa Bay this year. But he does have my bad. He hasn't pitched much as of late in Tampa Bay. 4 of his last 5 starts have come on the road in Texas, in Kansas City, home against Seattle, in Minnesota, in Atlanta. So we're finally going to see Littell be able to pitch at home again, where he's been better, but a 7.29 ERA, 1.67 WHIP, 9.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 2.14 walks per 9, a 3.97 BABIP, a 4.88 FIP, and a 3.86 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Guardians. Hitting edge is a coin toss in this game. I think a pick'em is correct for this game. I guess if I had to bet anything, it's Guardians or nothing, just the way the markets are pointing. But it's just a lean at the moment.
I like Cleveland in this matchup. I think the Gavin we're going to see is from the last start, not the first start. First start of the year was a little bit rusty, didn't have his stuff. Last start looked solid, looked sharp. Fastball was on point, breaking pitches were good. And yes, sometimes I follow our boys from ECU a little bit more. And I believe in Gavin. He's going to be a guy that next year, if he's healthy to start the year, I'm going to have a Cy Young ticket for. He's got that good of stuff, and I think he's able to slow down the Tampa Bay lineup today. Let's go ahead and ride a little bit of Cleveland action. We'll take Cleveland money line because I normally would say let's take a shot with the run line. I don't trust Cleveland's offense enough. I'm just going to take their money line minus 107. Happy Gavin Williams Day.
Fair. It's a strong lean for me, and I feel like I can get on board with the Guardians here because they're a team that I've been betting a decent amount this year, and have had decent success doing so. The fact that they've gone from dog to favorite is very appealing. I can get minus 105 on BetMGM. I'll move on them as well. Cleveland minus 105 BetMGM.
Yeah. Give them another start. Gavin will improve, yes. Over 1.5 rounds. Rays, no. Cleveland, yes. Over, yes. Rays do hit. Do Rays hit right-handed, Nick?
They're slightly above league average. These two teams, the hitting edge is, I think, 2 WRC plus towards the Rays.
Gotcha. Battle of Texas?
Yeah. I'm glad I only leaned yesterday and didn't bet because I leaned first five. Actually, I should have bet the first 500 like I wanted to yesterday, and I stayed off. And I also leaned Texas first 5, which they lost the first 5 and the full game. But yeah, BetMGM minus 105, Guardians. There we go. I just locked that in. Now I can get into breaking down this game, where we have Arrighetti taking on Eovaldi. Line opened up with the Rangers as minus 105 favorites. It's now minus 112. So we do have a move towards the Rangers. Line opened up at 8.5 and minus 110. It's still an 8.5 and minus 110. Eovaldi taking on Arrighetti. Eovaldi 3.9 ERA, 1.93 WHIP, 8.1 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 1.8 walks per 9, a 218 BABIP, a 4.24 FIP, and a 3.62 Sierra. On the flip side, Arrighetti 4.78 ERA, a 1.75 WHIP. He's not looked particularly great. 10.38 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 4.98 walks per 9, that's a problem. A 362 BABIP, a 5.94 FIP, and a 4.48 Sierra. Could this be the team that he positively regresses against? Maybe. The bullpen edge goes towards the Astros. The hitting edge goes towards the Astros, 118 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 92, which is 24th. So could this be the team that Arrighetti is able to pitch well against? I think so. And when you look at these two teams, I truly think that I don't think it's particularly close. The Astros are the better team. Them being home dogs seems a little trappy in this spot. I don't have too much of an interest in this game. I would go right back to leaning towards the Rangers in the first 5 innings because I think this could be Rangers first 5, Astros full game, double result type of matchup. I want to take a look what this first 5 is because actually I'm interested in the Rangers first 5. The line's moved against them now. It's not a game I have a need to feel to get involved with. And with last night's results, it's a 1-game difference in the AL West. There's a potential we could see the Astros tied or leading the AL West heading into the All-Star break. And how awesome would that be, considering how bad they started? But yeah, no play for me in this game. I will definitely be interested in the result because I'll be rooting on the Astros, but no play for me here.
What a collapse by the Seattle Mariners, and it's not even the
No. Not a collapse. Keep in mind, the Astros are 17-4 in their last 21 games.
Yes, but no, this is definitely when a team is up 8 games in a division and they blow it in less than a month. No, that is a collapse because not only do the Astros have to be winning, the Mariners have to be losing. And that's what the Mariners are losing. So no, it's a collapse. I strongly believe it is a collapse too. Just ugly from that, but I would have to back the hot team here. The Astros are the hottest team in baseball, or at least the hottest team in the American League. I know people can make the argument that the Mets are hottest team in baseball still, over the last month. But this is a Houston Astros team that's just been firing on all cylinders. They're getting pitching, which has been one of their big concerns was their lack of pitching. So at least they're getting that. I would have to lean towards the Astros in this game. Obviously, I'm probably just going to end up staying off of this game. I don't hate it, though. I don't hate the Astros in this one.
Okay, they're 8-13 since during the days that that the Astros are 17-4.
There you go. Either one of you twins on a hot streak right now since my about 40-6 stretch is over my clients, and I have switched back to stocks until hockey season. Since Wednesdays. Oh, that's not bad, dude. There you go. I mean, we've been good in baseball all year. I mean, the site record is right above my head. That's what we're doing in baseball this year. Only 2 games over 500, but positive 28 units, so that's pretty solid. I could see the over in that game. I have a few bonus bets left to get rid of. If y'all could toss a best bet of the day for me. I'm always going to say Orioles. Maybe the over in the Mets game could be another one that we talked about. So there you go. Over Astros. I like the Astros. Hey, twin, a weird question. Do your books give you any free bonus bets? I have not gotten any all season. Depends on the book. I get free bets from time to time. Nothing crazy.
I don't get free bets. I get boosts. They give me boosts.
Also, keep in mind if you're betting on DraftKings, you get crowns per bet. So keep that in mind. Astros over 1.5 runs, first 5 innings. Reds is the best bet for today. We do like the Reds today, obviously.
Yeah.
I do have a play in this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Boston Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. I did a free pick video on this game last night. So we'll see.
Side or
see
total?
Side.
Okay, I'm on a total.
All right. I'm curious on how this line's moved. This line opened up at a 125, and it's a 126 now. So it's a 1 cent line movement towards Boston. This line was a minus 119 when I was looking at the game last night. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 105. It's now a 9 at minus 125. So it moved towards the under in this game. The ultimate question is, how is this line moved in the first 5 innings? Because I did make a first 5 bet on this game, not a full game bet. And it has moved 2 cents towards the Red Sox in this game, but I want to see where it is on the book that I bet it on, because I got it last night. Okay, it's the same price over on Bet365. I moved on the Kansas City Royals in the first 5 innings. It's where I moved in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot. Let's see if this gives me any confidence in this spot or not. This is why I'm not a huge fan of betting things the night before, because I like to see if the market's moving my direction. And wow, 27% of the tickets and 87% of the cash is on the Royals. So big sharp money on the Royals. 56% of the tickets and 73% of the cash is on the under in this game as well. So kind of interesting there. Seth Lugo and Cutter Crawford. Lugo 1.76 ERA, 1.04 WHIP. 10.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 2.64 walks per 9, a 284 BABIP, but 271 FIP, and a 3.22 SIERA. On the flip side, Cutter Crawford, 2.36 ERA, 0.75 WHIP, 9.79 strikeouts per 9, which is 30%. 1.69 walks per 9, a 158 BABIP, a 4.56 FIP, and a 3.16 SIERA. The bullpen edge does go towards the Red Sox, as well as the hitting edge, 124 WRC plus, which is 4th, compared to 87, which is 27th. And purely for me, I want this game to be Lugo versus Crawford. That's all I wanted in this one here. I wanted to back Lugo in this spot, only in the first 5 innings. I don't trust the Royals bats for a full 9. I don't trust the bullpen for a full 9. I just want Lugo because I could see this game as a game that Lugo makes the statement of I should be the American League starting pitcher in this game. And I will look for him to go out here and pitch well in the first 5 innings. That's the only time I want him, though, because I don't trust the Royals for a full game here. Give me the Kansas City Royals first 5 plus 105 over on Bet365.
I like the under. I see this as your statement game for Lugo to start the All-Star game, kind of like how I viewed the Sneaks game. And I see this one being a solid start from both sides. And I personally, I don't like to pick sides when it comes to teams that I like both of, which Kansas City and Boston were 2 teams I was very, very high on to start the year. So they're neither of these teams are teams I want to fade. So for me, I'm going to just take the under. I think this is going to be a very good pitcher's duel today in this game.
I could see it, but I just wanted to isolate this just to the Royals.
There you go. Largest client, 10K, joined just as my great streak was ended. I did make him 1,000% during hockey, so he's willing for that, but bad taste in his mouth after 1.3K losses in 2 weeks. At the end of the day, it is betting, so I do think it's obviously a lot of it's vulnerable, so you can lose. Be careful with that. MLB, yeah, I got you. VOT, MLB is a grind. Yes, a lot of ebbs and flows. Royals money line looks nice. Royals first 5 with Lugo. Lugo versus Crawford. Talk about an emotional overbet on my man Lugo. I need to chill at the moment. That's fair. That's fair. Let's go into this one.
Yeah, we have this is an interesting matchup. This was one of the games that I was looking to do a free pick video. My eyes immediately went to this game. And I wanted to talk it out. I wanted to look it over a little bit deeper and things along those lines. San Diego Padres and Atlanta Braves, Ronaldo Lopez, Dylan Cease, your pitching matchup here. This line opened up with the Braves as minus 125 favorites, but I believe there was a pitching change because I don't think it was supposed to be Cease right off the rip. And I think I kind of see where the pitching change was made potentially because it's gone from dog to favorite for the Padres in this game. Pretty significant move. Line opened up at a 7.5 minus 105. It's now a 7 at minus 120. 49% of the tickets and 85% of the cash is on the Padres of this game, moving dog to favorite. So I have interest in the Padres in this game. The question is first 5 or full game. And then 77% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over in this game here. Ronaldo Lopez, 1.37 ERA, 1.22 whip, 10.59 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 4.44 walks per 9, a 266 BABIP, a 3.28 FIP, and a 3.95 SIERA. On the flip side, Dylan Cease, 6.92 ERA, 1.42 whip, 12.81 strikeouts per 9, which is 33%, 3.46 walks per 9, a 3.56 BABIP, a 4.48 FIP, and a 3.07 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Braves. That Braves bullpen has been so good as of late. The hitting edge does go towards the Padres. 107 WRC plus, which is 12th, compared to 85, which is 28th. Dylan Cease has not been good lately. A 6.92 ERA. But his FIP is a 4.48. His SIERA is a 3.07. I expect some positive regression from him. And if there's a pitcher that maybe in the second half might be a little bit of a fade, it's Ronaldo Lopez. Because you look at all of his advanced metrics, his expected ERA is close to 4. His SIERA is a 3.95. His FIP is a 3.28, and he's throwing a 1.37. He's not going to continue throwing like this the whole year. And I think this is a good spot where he can get hit in this game. I think Lopez is vulnerable in this spot. And I would like to bet on wow. And the books have caught up on this one here. I was going to say I would like to bet on Cease bouncing back or regressing positively, and Lopez starting to regress negatively. However, the books have kind of caught up on that, and I would have to lay a run line here in the first 5 because I can get the money line for the Padres in the first 5. The best available number, though, is -140 on Bet365, and I don't feel like laying that type of number. This kind of also would pump the brakes for me a little bit there. Then maybe the flip side is I take a team total over for the Padres, which is about a pick 'em for 3.5. I lean Padres in this game. I wanted the first 5. I don't want to fade the bullpen of the Braves right now. So this ended up going to be a stay-off spot, but it was Padres or nothing for me here. The fact that they are -140 in the first 5 kind of tells you a little something. I think they take the first 5. Lopez regresses a little bit here, and the Braves are live for a full game. It's just not a game I'm going to get involved with, I guess.
I was honestly looking Braves or nothing. This is not a Padres team I want to trust right now. And yeah, you could expect negative regression from Lopez and expect Cease to get better. This is still a Padres team that's lost, 4 in a row? 5 in a row. 5 in a row and 7 out of 10. So a team that's just kind of struggling right now. They dropped out of a wild card spot. I know it's still very, very early in the season. It's not even the All-Star break. So maybe talking wild card is kind of stupid, but they've already dropped out. They're just not looking good right now. I would hold up before wanting to back the Padres right away. I want to see them win a couple of games first, in my opinion. Especially going up against a Braves team that I still think is going to be one of the better teams in the National League.
I think the Braves have a huge second half.
I think so too. I think they do as well. But we'll see how that goes.
I just want to take a look what this losing streak has done for the Padres odds. I don't think it's moved them much. Nope, they're still 30-1 and 15-1. So they haven't done much there for that.
Yeah, I bet too much on Lugo last night. Literally cashed out at half of them. Fair. Braves money line. The line is wrong. I can see that. Padres are streaky. Correct. I could have gotten Reagan's -113 versus Quistwell. I'm mad now as hell. I didn't check at least yesterday because of your focus on the stock markets. That's fair. I missed on that line just because I don't like fading. I don't like fading either one of the Red Sox or the Royals.
We also didn't have a pitcher during the show yesterday for that.
We also did not. That's right. But we got 3 games left, Nick.
Yeah, this game pissed me off yesterday. The team that was number 1 versus lefties the last 30 days gets 1 run against Kyle Harrison, who has been terrible lately. Well, let's get into it here. We have Simone Woods Richardson taking on Hayden Birdsong. Line opened up with the Giants is -105. It's now -110 for the Giants. So we do have a move towards San Fran in this game. With the line opening up at an 8.5, -105. It's now an 8.5 at +101. So a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow, 40% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is on the Giants. The line's moving towards them here in this game. We have 82% of the tickets and 64% of the cash on the over in this game, with the line moving towards the under, suggesting that the under is live in this game. Simone Woods Richardson taking on Hayden Birdsong. Woods Richardson, a 4.67 ERA, 1.15 whip, 7.33 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%, 4 walks per 9, a 2.16 BABIP, a 4.43 FIP, and a 4.88 SIERA. On the flip side, Birdsong, 4.40 ERA, 1.53 whip, 9.42 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 4.4 walks per 9, a 3.24 BABIP, a 5.26 FIP, and a 4.37 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards Minnesota, as well as the hitting edge, 139 WRC plus against righties the last 30 days, which is number 1 in baseball, compared to the Giants, 104, which is 14th. The markets are telling me one thing, my X's and O's are telling me another, and that's an easy stay-off spot for me when that happens. Not a game I'm particularly interested in. I got burned on it last night. I don't want to go back to the Twins today, but I don't think I really want to fade. I don't want to back Birdsong either. So this is a stay-off spot for me. I could see Birdsong getting hit a little bit here, but not anything I need to get involved with.
I kind of like Birdsong. He was one of the top 100 prospects in baseball before he came up, and I think he's able to have another good start here. Now, Am I going to go crazy and try to go after this game? No. But if I'm going after anything, it's the Giants here. I know we kind of mentioned some players that might go downhill in the second half. How about some teams? And I think Minnesota kind of tapers off a little bit. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were in the first half. In the second half, I think there's going to be some negative regression for them, and I kind of like the Giants to. Where are they at? They're 3 games under, so they could definitely still make a run to try to go after one of the wild card spots, which a lot of teams can. But I kind of lean towards the San Francisco Giants in this game, backing Birdsong.
Yeah, tricky spot for me. I'm not getting involved. I could see some Twins regression. I think the worst thing that they can have right now is a week off, or a few days off, which is exactly what they're going to be getting here soon with the All-Star break.
Correct. San Fran run line. The Twins have some injuries. They do. All right, Nick. I know where you're probably going in this one.
I don't know yet. We'll take a look here. We have the Seattle Mariners and the LA Angels, minus 155 for the Mariners with a total of 7.5 in this game. We have George Kirby taking on Jose Soriano. Line opened up with the Mariners is minus 155 favorites. It's actually down to a 138 now on BetOnline. So we've had a decent move towards these LA Angels. With the line opening up at an 8, down minus 120, it's now down to a 7.5 and minus 112. So there we go. More of these Seattle Mariners 7.5, 7 totals. 22% of tickets and 49% of the cash on the Angels with the line moving towards them. Definitely is very, very appealing. And then we have 88% of tickets, 81% of the cash on the over with the line dropping. We have Jose Soriano taking on George Kirby. Kirby's been awesome. I don't know how he wasn't an all-star. 2.30 ERA, 0.9. He was?
He was.
Did I completely miss him?
I think you did.
I thought Logan Gilbert was an all-star, not George Kirby.
I thought both of them were.
I thought I didn't see Kirby.
I'll look, but I thought. And by the way, Logan Gilbert's not going to be pitching in the All-Star game. Munoz for the Seattle Mariners took his spot.
I thought he was somebody that him. And then if we're still looking at bullpen pieces, Hunter Gaddis from the Cleveland Guardians is someone they missed out on as well. That should have easily made it in. And it probably should have been Rooker over Mason Miller. Probably. When you're looking at it that way.
I don't know. Pitchers, Seattle Logan Gilbert, Seattle Munoz. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, he's not in there.
Okay, that's what I thought. Hey, if you want to use the angle, Kirby got snubbed. Here's a good start for him.
No George Kirby.
Yeah. 2.3 ERA, 0.96 whip, 8.9 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 1.15 walks per nine, and 286 BABIP, but 2.4 FIP and a 3.27 SIERA. On the flip side, Jose Soriano, a 4.76 ERA, 1.06 whip, 6.35 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.12 walks per nine, a 244 BABIP, a 4.93 FIP, and a 3.51 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards Seattle. The hitting edge goes towards the Angels, though, 101 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 93, which is 23rd. I like Soriano a little bit for the Angels. I know he's been not great as of late, but all things considered, he's somebody I like backing as a dog. George Kirby he has been amazing this year too. But don't look now. Seattle, as of late, has become an over team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overs in their last 6 games. The only game they didn't go over was a 2-0 win over the Padres. They've all of a sudden, and they've been they've given up some runs, but they've been winning a little bit too. They lost 6-5 last night. They won 11-0 the night before. They win 2-0, but then 8-3 they win, lose 5-4, lose 5-4, win 2-1, win 7-3. Their offense has not been as bad as of late. 7-2, 4-4, 8-2, 11-5. So they've been scoring as of late. This line dropping because I think people are still thinking this is a Mariners team that can't score runs. I mean, I lean over the total. I don't like the way the market's moving now with that, but I think that's just a visual bias against the way the Mariners have been hitting this year when, as of late, it's been better. But with that being said, I'm interested in the Angels in this game. They've been a little bit of a scrappier team. They're a team I get it. They're down. They're 16 games under 500, but as of late, it feels like they've been playing a little bit better, all things considered. But I mean, now I'm looking at it sounds stupid because they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of their last 12 games.
They've been rough.
It's Angels or nothing for me. It's maybe an Angels team total. But even then, I don't want to fade Kirby like that, and I don't want to fade this Seattle bullpen like that. It's Angels or nothing for me, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay far away from this game. I think I'm done with my card for the day because the last game is a Blue Jays game. So I think I'm done with my card for the day. I want to back Seattle. I do not trust them enough to lay a run line. That's kind of my deal with it. Although, yes, they've been scoring a little bit more as of late. And, yes, I was super high on the Seattle Mariners team. I have futures on them. And, I mean, they're still 8 games over 500. They're going to make the playoffs, most likely. Now that I say that, I'm probably jinxing myself. But, no, this is a Seattle team that I would look towards to have maybe go and get a couple pieces at the deadline and have a big second half. Anything to go after now? No. So pass on this one. And I think we're gonna have 4 MLB plays on the site for today, Nick.
Fair. Yeah, I'm tempted on the Angels. I'm tempted on the Angels and the Padres for some later games. I just don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on either yet.
Sounds good. Back to the chat. Giants first 5. Yes. Angels. Kirby over K's. Yes. Hitting advantage. Angels big. Well, yeah. Angels team total over. I don't know if I would take an Angels team total over. I think that's a little bit much. All right, Nick. I'll let you talk about this last game because it's got a Blue Jay team in it. So.
Yeah, and we get on the flip side, we get a Diamondbacks pitcher making his second career start. Let's get into it. The Diamondbacks are minus 135 favorites in this game with a total of 9 in this spot. Jose Barrios taking on Gilbert Diaz. Line opening up at a minus 110. It's up to a 134, so a big move towards these Arizona Diamondbacks. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's a 9 at plus 105 now. So we have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow, 77% of the tickets, 73% of the cash on the Diamondbacks, explaining the line move towards the Diamondbacks. 91% of the tickets, 91% of the cash on the over as well. We have Gilbert Diaz, who in his first start looked good. He gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. They lost that game, but it was an extra innings against the Atlanta Braves. On the flip side, Jose Barrios is a 6.21 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 7.14 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 2.17 walks per 9, a 244 BABIP, a 6.51 FIP, and a 4.41 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Diamondbacks, hitting edge going towards the Diamondbacks here in this one. It's a lean towards the Diamondbacks, probably on a minus 1 line. Don't think I'm moving on it. And I think I'll be okay with late action. But, oh, no, that's a 7 o'clock game in BC today. Wow, they're playing a 4 o'clock local game there. Between the Lions and the Riders. That's interesting. But yeah, for me, it's a stay off. I think I'll be I think I want to add the Padres and the Angels to my card. I think I want to.
Okay.
To end my card.
D-backs money line. The Jays can't keep up with the D-backs bats. WNBA looks. Yeah, last night I personally took the Sky at +8. Now it's down to a 4, and I forgot to put it on the site. So no. I have no plays there. Diamondbacks first 5 money line. Not going to talk you off of fading the Blue Jays. But that is everything for today's card. We will do a quick recap and everything before we head on out. But before we recap, housekeeping, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All the links are in the description below. We are posting on there as often as we can. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. It's where you get all the plays that we put up on the picksandparlays.net website, which today there's going to be more MLS than MLB up on the site because we got a 5-pack of MLS for a big Saturday card. So if you guys are interested in that, with all of them having a little bit of plus money on them. So if you guys are interested in that, all that is there. And make sure you guys are subscribing to the YouTube channel. We are trying to hit 4,000 subscribers. I know we're not there yet. We are at 3992. So 8 subscribers away from 4,000. Let's try to get there by the All-Star game. We appreciate everybody who does subscribe. Recap time. I like the Pirates today. Run line them. I like the Cubbies in both games. I like the Orioles. Like the over in the Mets game along with the Mets run line. I like the Brewers today. I like the Guardians. I like the under in the Royals game. And then that would end up doing it for my card. Nick?
Yeah, I'm currently adding the Padres first 5, which I was able to get -125 on Bet365. So the line has dropped a little bit on that. But it is what it is. Detroit Tigers +110, DraftKings. Pirates -1, -119, ESPN Bet. Yankees first 5, +115, BetMGM. Kansas City Royals first 5, +105, Bet365. Reds -1, -111, Fanatics. I forgot to track the +1 that bet. Rockies team total over 3.5, +110, Fanatics. Full game over 8, -115, Fanatics. Cleveland Guardians -105, BetMGM. San Diego Padres first 5, -125. And in just a second, I'm going to figure out which book I'm going to bet it on. I'm going to add the Angels first 5 as well. The Angels first 5 is going to be +120 on ESPN Bet.
Right on. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back again with another one. Peace out, guys. Outro. Where's the outro video?
Good job.
Did I lose it? Where did it go? Oh, it's a lot higher.